Well, I talked to Kitty Meow Meow, and she indicated that she just gets stronger with each litter.
How many has she had?
One.
Super strong.
She said, she's like, don't worry, I'm getting stronger each litter. I trust her judgment over yours, Susie. She's the cat. Okay? Her body herself. I support my cat's reproductive autonomy.
Yeah. You will see how that works out for you.
It'll probably work out in lots of kittens.
And next time she will most likely have even more.
Wow.
Are you keeping all the kittens?
No.
Are you giving them away?
Yeah, it's easy to give them away around here.
Oh.
We can't even find free kittens anywhere.
I'm not a cat person.
Well, I wouldn't want to have 4 cats, but the kittens are pretty cute. So what you up to, Jewel? We only need one. We are one person short of a quadruple right here.
Yeah, call Candace. Tell her, get in here.
She's working. Let me call her. Let me see. She's probably working, but
trying to get that elation.
we're that close to experiencing elation, you guys.
I tried so hard, Eric, to get a quadruple for you. When Yubi was in here, his girlfriend is in town. She was in ESFJ, and he even said, "Okay, this weekend she'll come on." But then I wasn't even there that week. Like the weekend she was home, I guess. I was like, oh, so close then too. It didn't work out.
Okay, well, I sent her a Facebook message. I forwarded over the exciting news. This could be the day.
Is that something she would even care about, or do you think she just...
Well, she's probably at work, or she might have left work right now, trying to like just be leaving work.
Yeah.
Okay. But if I catch her right at the end of the day or something, in theory, if she's heard me talk about quadruple enough, I don't know. If I have her primed to understand the importance of quadrupling, cosmic significance of attaining a quadruple, then she might, in theory, pop in and join us.
Are you nervous at all? What if it's just like a major letdown? Have you considered that like as a possibility? But I guess it's just you would just learn. I mean, it would be.
Well, listen, Jewel. I'm pretty sure I'm going to experience some serious elation. Okay, I'm not worried about there being a letdown.
Oh, okay.
I'm worried about the elation being so strong that it kills us all.
Like simultaneously? We just
all...
Like, sounds like a good way to go, though.
Yeah.
All right, elation overload? That'd be great. Well, she hasn't replied yet. She's probably not capable of joining us right at this very moment. No. One of these days I will experience a quadruple, though. Then I'll know. Probably will involve you, Jewel, because you're the only ISFJ regularly comes around.
Yeah.
It makes you highly valuable in the quadrupling community.
Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to quadruple it up.
We should have some topics prepared for potential quadruple if it arises.
Yeah.
Naturally, one topic will be the importance of quadrupling and quadrupling.
That should be the first topic because it's the most natural, like, segue. You know what I mean? Like, We'll just
And
flow right into that.
we can have each person say what they think the person to the right of them brings to the quadruple as the other type of the quadrant.
That seems very like FE. That seems like good too, because then we'll all be like feeling good, saying something positive about each other.
Maybe that's the point.
Yeah, I'm trying to build elation. See, this is how Alpha Quadra plans a quadruple. Beta Quadra would be like, and I'll dictate the orders, and you'll follow my orders, and you'll be the bottom.
Yeah. And we're like, even I feel good.
The Alpha Quadruple would be merry and democratic.
And argumentative.
I don't think it would be. I think the quadruple wouldn't be argumentative. Because INTP and ENTP might start arguing a little bit, but then ISFJ and ESFJ would redirect us.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of a quadruple, right? You got a perfect balancing of different elements.
Do you think there's enough topics that, like with the sensing and the intuitive kind of difference, does that affect it at all?
Well,
like what if Candace and I just started talking about Housewives, and then you and Susanna are sitting there bored out of your minds?
We could talk about something else.
we probably comment upon the fact that you guys were talking about that. We just be like, isn't it interesting that they're talking about such sensory stuff? What is it you guys like about that sensory stuff? And then you'd say something, and Susanna would go, aha, I'm adding that to my internal model. And I'd say, yada, 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 joke. And then, people would laugh because it's my quadrumates, and they're airy by nature. I suspect that's how a quadruple would go.
Yeah, but we don't have one right now.
Well, and you can feel the fact that we're one extrovert shy of a full quadruple.
Mm-hmm.
If Candace were here, she'd be, okay, everybody, I'm Candace, and I'm here, and I'm an ESFJ, and I'm
I
going
would
to be,
love that.
yeah, right? And I'd be feel so relaxed with her doing that too.
Yeah, that energy brings me out of my shell. Like it picks me up, and it's like a shot of like adrenaline or something. Like when people are like that with me, then I'm so much more. I become more extroverted myself. But
can you imagine? Can you just feel how quadruple it'll be? It'll be so elation filled. I think Susie's a little bit more of a doubter, even. I think you guys are both doubters. You're doubting the elation. Wow.
Of course we are.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Have you guys been to quadruple.com?
yeah.
No. Oh, I forgot about that.
It explains why you really shouldn't doubt. It proves what we've been saying this whole time about quadrupling.
Have you seen, has anyone, on YouTube or anyone posted a video of a quadruple happening?
I don't think so. I hope to be the pioneer. I hope to be the quadrupling pioneer. I'd like there to be a quadruple only room. And talking with fence people where anytime there's a quadruple, they, ideally the app would be complicated. So when you get four people in a room that form a quadruple, if people are logging in under their types, and you get four people in a room that form a quadruple, it goes quadruple. And then those four people get automatically put in a room by themselves.
Well, that's cool.
That would be great.
Eric posted something about if you had several people of the same type in a room, that each one would take a different persona in a way. Is that true? You think that's true?
Yeah. I mean, the more interesting question is, Is it true that people take on a different persona, or that the various participants define the individuals as distinct by placing them in certain understanding boxes?
How so? Like what would be an example of that?
Well, it's like, is it the case that if there are four ENTPs in the room, that the four ENTPs actually behave differently from one another in order to form their own niches? Or is it actually the case that the individual perceiving the four ENTPs in the room differentiates between them, drawing distinctions to make them distinct in his own head, and thus create the niches that he perceives them to be in?
I see. I think it's the first one.
Yeah, but that's not something that would happen just from the same people being in a room at the same time.
What's not?
Like those distinctions, that's not something that would be created just from all the people being present at once.
It might be. Why wouldn't it be? If you put four people...
But the theory is, if me, you, and Taylor is in the same room, you and him are different, and you are, of course. But if we were to add Audra and Koto or something, that would somehow change the dynamics. So you act like something
They have
else.
to adjust around us, because we have more weight.
Okay.
But that's how it kind of works for the ENTPs. I'm not sure it works that way with all the types.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think some types are more malleable in that sense. Like, if I'm around different people, different, I think, aspects of my personality are highlighted or diminished, or, it just depends on who I'm around a lot, how I respond. So,
Yeah,
it's probably a mix of both in the end, really.
Yeah, but that doesn't either fit with his theory that something special happens when there's only the same type present. Because
only the same type. Okay.
Like if you have 4 INTP, that makes them change differently than if it had been 1 INTP and 3 other types. I would stay in my role, which I would not if there had been more similar people there. That was his theory.
Well, you may be alpha INTP. Like, I mean, in the sense that if you're a dominant, there's the DCHN model of subtypes that says if you are basically, well, my interpretation of it, which is not the actual thing, okay, even mine, but mine's better than the actual thing, is that you weight one of your 4 things. Okay, you get extra bonus points in one of your 4 things. Okay, so like I get bonus points at NE because I'm extra NE heavy ENTP. Taylor gets his bonus points, he puts them in TI. He's more TI heavy than most ENTPs. Nick, if he's an ENTP at all, which he seems to be kind of questioning, but he gets his extra bonus points in FE. And probably somebody like Jay, who hasn't been around for a while, he probably would be like an SI heavy ENTP. But the point is, dominant subtypes clash with each other when they meet in any group setting, and they get along with the other subtypes. So if you have a group that's got 2 dominant subtypes, so if Taylor and I were both NE heavy, we wouldn't be able to get along. But because this is according to this theory. But because he's a creative subtype, that is to say he's heavy in his creative function, TI, and then the other one being harmonizing is being good at your 3rd function, and normalizing is being good at your 4th, because it makes you less like a stereotypical ENTP, if you're more SI heavy. So anyway, I like that subtype model, and that would explain why well, it would sort of explain what he's saying, I guess, a little bit. Because it would tend to suggest that environments would reject multiple instances of dominant subtypes, or any of the subtypes, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember reading those and trying to figure out what mine was, but I couldn't decide.
I mean,